3. Oh, we're at round 3, Road America, and we have 9 people in the lobby right now. So, if we do have to switch into in-game chat, yeah, I might sound quieter. That's not, I can't control that. It's the game that does it. So, uh, let's see what's going on. I'm gonna go into in-game. See what everyone's doing. Hey, Chris, you here? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, everyone, do you guys, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go back into the in-game chat so they can hear me. I mean, party chat. Okay, guys, I'm gonna red flag the race when it starts and tell you guys, oh, shoot. I don't want to stop your guys' qualifying, but you guys all know how to turn your mic volume down, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you devices, audio devices, adjust microphone, put it all the way down at the bottom, okay? I'll be right back, guys. Okay, am I loud? It's just sometimes it sounds okay, I'll be right back. Mom? Okay, we're set for the night. Yeah, your mic's good. This is gonna be a fun race. Fill up the lobby of 9 people. GTR is running if I can get in points. I don't know, man. Yeah. I mean, if he told us he was on a stock setup, that'd be one. I mean, on a Okay, whoever's mic that is. Jerry, I think that was you. You need to turn your mic all the way down. Put it all the way down to the bottom. You need to make sure you check it again. We'll get this all sorted out before. So, again, everyone in here, before we don't. No, make sure you press X when you're there to set it. I don't know if you're already doing that or not. It's going to be under devices, audio devices, adjust microphone level, put it all the way to the bottom. And then press X. Yeah, I'll kick everyone out of that party. Actually, no, I'll wait. PTO's gonna get full. And then starting full. It's basically there's no going back. And if I made an exception, if we get people that are regulars in the normal race and they get on. Okay, you need to turn your mic all the way down. Go, you have to do it in the settings. You have to do it in the, so go, do you know how to get there? Go to settings on your main home screen. Like, don't, like, press the PlayStation button to go to your main home screen. Then go down to devices on settings, then to audio devices, adjust microphone level, and put it all the way down. Yeah, settings. I'm gonna kick everyone out of that party. Yeah, adjust level and put it all the way down. Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna kick them all out of the party so they're not in there. Okay, everyone, you guys should all be in game chat right now. So, if I kicked you from the party, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just to get you guys all in game chat.
Go, go, go!
Someone's mic's really loud. Whoever's on a flyer right now, we can hear it. Yeah. So GTR is going to be taking P1, no starting P5. Okay guys, everyone knows that we're doing double file starts, and we're going at there's an orange, yellowish marked thing on the track, like the first thing after you get over the bridge or whatever it is. So when you get over the bridge, if you look towards the pit wall, there's going to be a yellow, like, square. That's the reason. Yeah, there's squares. We're going to go on the second one. Just before you get... Okay, what do you want me to do then? What do you guys think? Huh? We should, okay, we're gonna do the bridge. Once the leaders get to the bridge. No. Yeah, we're doing a warm-up lap because we want to do it in the And the leader will tell us when he's green, so you guys don't need to jump. Also, make sure when we're on our warm-up lap to not hit anyone. Keep a like half a second gap. You don't need to be right up close to anyone. Don't hit anyone on the start. There'll be a penalty if you give someone suspension. Hey, can you turn your mic down a little bit more, or is your mic all the way down? Down. Are you doing it? Oh, Toddy, we're doing game chat. Can you go in? Okay, no one go on the start. No one, everyone stay where they are. No one go. Okay, Toddy, go into settings. Go to devices, then go to audio devices, adjust microphone level, put it all the way down. All the way down to the left. That's good. We'll restart. You're good. Okay, so if you guys press X, you see that Cars Indycar sign, that's going to be where we start the race out when the leader gets there. Or do you guys want it to be this? Do you guys want it to be the start finish line? going, okay. Okay guys, start rolling, operators, stop push before we go. And make sure you guys can hear me. You guys, okay, speed is 70.
currently setting the fastest lap of the race. Keep it up. That's the fastest lap of the race. Great lap. Nice one, that was the fastest lap of the race. currently setting the fastest lap of the race. Keep it up.
let's go. Our pit stop is going to be at the exact same time. Everyone's pitting. Oh, come on! I had a slow pit stop or something.
Go, go, go!
I think I'm all the Dude, we're all like the same. We kill after.
lap times are a little bit inconsistent. Stay sharp, see if you can put in some strong laps now. Line them up, you can do it.
Let's go. Chad, are you still stuck? 2 seconds back. Ran out. Oh. You just this rear bumper hit me and pushed me off into the wall. I'll take that second place with that Wait. Don't leave yet. Don't leave the race yet. That was a good race, everyone. Okay, just to let everyone... Alright, I just ripped my headset. Just to let everyone out, hang on, I just need to make sure you guys... Who got this queued? DQ'd. That was weird. I don't know. But, we're not racing next week. We have a week off. Because I'm going to Phoenix next week. So, Will said... Okay, you know what? Will said he'll host a fun race if you guys are on or want to do something, so... We ran out of fuel on the last lap, guys. Oh, dude. I'm gonna go back into the party, guys. If you guys want to come with me, make sure you turn your volume up on your guys' headset. Yeah, you're good. Thanks for racing. That was a good race, everyone. I'm going back to the party, anyone that's in here. Woo! What a race. What a race. I'm literally sweating. My hands are like my wheel is so sweaty, dude. From just the hands. Dude, the start of that race, dude, was so perfect. Like we all did it perfectly. I couldn't have asked for it to be any better. What? Wavy, are you talking to me? What? What's up? That was one of the greatest races. I am not disappointed about that race. That was...
Yes, I was.
Dude, I am disappointed I got second, but the race was an hour long.
I'm even more disappointed that
Perfect.
you got turned to get second. I mean,
Hey
you
GTR,
made
you're gonna
such
need
a
to turn
move.
up your volume. We can barely hear you. Thanks everyone that watched the race. I'm gonna do a replay of the start if you guys want to watch it. I'm gonna do the cam because I haven't watched it, but that was a great race. Because I was kind of doing a move probably shouldn't have done at that point, but it was. Does anyone hear me talking like a robot? Is that you? Okay, so it might be you. I'm gonna.
So hard.
That
You know
was
what?
honestly. I need to thank everyone for that race because that was the most fun I've ever had. I mean, I got wrecked on the final turn, so you know, I ain't
I had to
complaining though.
compensate for the first place driver because he was driving he had a slower line than I did, and I freaking overcompensated and lost control because of it.
Who, me?
Yeah, and you spun it right in front of the 2 liters.
That race was 64
Because
minutes long.
I took,
That was how I planned
took,
it to be. Everything was good.
I took for turn one at the beginning. I slowed down way too much, and then I got into like second, and I was holding Elite and Dan up.
I'm delayed on Jacob's screen, but how did Chad and that voice crack? But how did Chad get the James Hinchcliffe paint job?
It's a paint scheme.
Chad is not even online anymore.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
On.
Hopefully he comes on later. I need to take a break for a couple minutes. If any of you guys want to practice standing starts for next round in a couple of weeks, I want to practice that a little bit.
Alright, I'll set up a lobby.
I want to watch I will set up the lobby because I want to put it on Zolder. We'll do an open practice for that. So I'm just giving everyone a break right now. That was one of the best races I've ever done. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I am so happy about that race. Oh, Philly just came on. Oh, man.
Filipino just got on.
Yeah, we had 9 people in that race, and we're missing a couple of people.
I don't care if it didn't make it in the race. I saw the ending of it and holy crap.
Wavy, the whole race was like that. The entire race.
Yeah, it was. They were close, like, they were really close.
It will save the
How?
replay.
I know, because I don't know. Yeah, because when they pit, you was right behind me, like 20 seconds, and then I didn't know where you went after that. But you like, I was like,
Jacob, I just don't understand how you can race so well.
Wavy, I was racing smart the entire race. I don't know if you could tell, I was letting off at certain points. If you
I
were to
know, I
race,
saw that.
if you were to race like that, honestly, the greatest race on Project Cars I have ever done. I will never forget that race. It was so fun.
I was in no man's land the whole entire race until the last lap when I was battling Dancer.
Oh, 2016
That's literally-
Schmidt Peterson
that's-
Motorsports.
My race went.
I am.
Oh, let me watch it.
What car are you? This might show what happened.
How the hell am I supposed to fix this chat volume problem?
Did you turn your PlayStation off?
I did.
It might be me.
The
Wait, that
hell
was
is going on?
It might be me.
Wait, through your headset or through ours?
Wait, you kind of sound
It's
like
coming through my headset.
Will,
You
I
guys sound
will
like
slit your throat
robots.
if you don't stop saying robot.
I didn't say. I never said robot.
Oh, there it
What
is,
are you
okay.
talking about?
Okay, I'm slitting your throat.
Who said that?
Not you, GTR, I'm not talking about you.
Okay, good.
You can live as long as you want, I
That's
like
it.
you.
Yeah, I think it's because Tiger left.
Of course, I'm gonna live as long as I want.
Oh.
Anyways, why does it sound like my voice is skipping?
Is
I
that
don't
what you're
understand.
talking about?
I'll be right back.
I think he
Yeah, you guys
just...
sound like robots.
Robot.
Oh.
It was his first time in the car, so you can't
Am I
blame
still a
him.
robot?
Yeah, but you made
I'm
such a
hearing
good
very
comeback in the race.
Audio devices. I guess when I adjust the
No, I think
microphone
it's...
level.
It could be us. This
Damn,
livery
it's
looks
fixed.
so fun.
No, it's happening with everyone else as well.
Do I still sound like a robot? Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Dan, look at me. Look at me for the first lap. Look at me holding you guys up. What car was I in? Yeah, I was right there.
Man, I could have had you. That was my third place.
I was the yellow and
wasn't.
black.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's me holding you guys up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had
you
my
gotta
car
get out of
right
my
in the right
way.
position. I was like, I had it right there. I was like, you're not getting past,
Jacob, you don't know how badly I wanted you to win that race.
I wanted to win it too, but... I mean, Chad earned it. He raced me well. I didn't complain about anything because we were racing hard and that was bound to happen at some point. So
That was
That's
a good
racing.
race.
Well, at least I'm kind of happy that I cut the gap from like how many seconds was it?
It was like
dude,
40.
you were gonna catch us by the end of the race.
I ran out of fuel.
Yeah, we had like 3 people run out of fuel.
Next time I'm filling my tank to the hole.
Now see, this is exactly why I wasn't in the IndyCar race.
Why?
Can you guys see this? The views?
I'm just doing
disappointed with
nighttime at
myself.
Bathurst right now in the GT3.
I'm disappointed with myself.
GTR, have you turned your PlayStation all the way off?
Yes, I went to rest mode and everything.
Turn it completely off.
That doesn't.
Huh?
Like, shut it
Turn
down
it all
and
the
turn
way
it off.
off.
So disconnect the power cord?
No, 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 no.
No.
Restart.
No, just like-
restart. Press restart. That's all you gotta do. Just restart.
Wait,
Don't do it. Don't press your PlayStation.
No. You
Yeah.
gotta go to power options and then press restart.
Okay, restart.
Wavy, the
Okay,
full
please
race
start.
is on my YouTube channel if you're gonna want to watch it.
Oh.
That was a great
Wait,
race.
what's your YouTube channel?
It's the same thing that this is.
Oh, so it's just Dan Drink Vino?
No, 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 no. I'll send you it.
No, that's not it. It's PlayStation 4 something.
PS4 Racing and Gaming, I think is what it is.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna host a fun race on Friday if you guys are interested.
Actually, Wavy, if you want to host your Formula C race next Friday, that would be a good day to do it.
Oh yeah.
To try
Cool.
round one.
Yay!
Wait, why were you guys battling for 5th? I thought you guys were the leaders.
I think it just
Him
messed
and
it
Chad
up.
were the leaders. They were
I
battling
know,
for
but
fifth
it
because
says
they won.
fifth.
Yeah, it's
No,
the
that's just a
replay.
glitch.
Sweet. Oh, it's better.
It's always better.
This is how
It's a
this is how the
glitch.
race was the entire time. If you're watching it.
My race is not like that.
You guys don't understand how lit the GTR race was. Not the GTR, the GT3 race was.
Lazy, why did you move it to a Sunday?
Because
Look at this. Look, watch
Gary
this
wants
battle.
to do his on Saturdays again.
You wanna know something?
Shut up. Be careful!
I
Oh, that was a
freaking
good
ripped
move,
it up.
Chad.
Huh?
That was a good
What?
move, Chad.
Wait, what
That
happened?
was
Wait, what happened? I'm not understanding.
They're all watching my live stream right now. I'm just going through the race replay so they can watch.
You should
Or
see
battle.
my live stream where you can see my face and everything, dude. I was lit.
DTR, what was your reaction when I crashed?
I didn't have a reaction. I was just focusing on getting the
Oh,
win.
again, this is how the whole race was.
Why is
Alright, are you putting me on broadcast right now?
I don't know.
Who, me?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna put the microphone to my face and like, so how was the endurance race? Was it this? Was it that? Well, you see, it was very fun. There was a lot of moments where I had a couple passes there, and there was a couple moments where I had really fast lines throughout the whole race, and it was just an amazing experience. I was very
And
fast.
you're a good
I hit the
driver.
146. I hit the 146, the 146s for the first time in that car, and it was amazing. Thank you very much.
So let's do our post race interviews. Okay, GTR
Sure.
already had. Oh, that
What?
was. our post-race interviews.
Okay.
Okay, GTR, you go first. How was it? How was the fuel mileage race?
Oh yeah, by the
If you
way,
want
everyone,
the
if you're watching my live stream, we're doing apparently we're doing post-race interviews. So if you guys want to stick around, listen to that. Apparently we're doing it. So yeah, go.
It's
Okay,
gonna be every race now.
I'm gonna be the interviewer. Okay, GTR. How did your race go? Did you think your strategy was gonna make you win the race?
For the most part, I think it was pretty much gonna solidify everything. I think it was really, it was amazing at the point where I was catching everyone else and trying to really put myself up to the top, and at the same time it was kind of difficult managing the fuel because sometimes I would look back to it and then come back and then it just have these moments where I'm like, oh, am I gonna run out of fuel? Oh, I need to do something, and you know, eventually I ran out of fuel and I had to go pit, and that's when I got 4th place. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. Now I know next time to make sure I fuel up the car to its maximum capability.
I think this is the only track
Okay,
we'll
so
have
GTR,
with
I have
a
another
fuel
question.
mileage race like that.
GTR, I have another question. Okay, so if we were to have another fuel mileage race like we had today,
Which is highly
would
possible.
you do the same strategy, edit it, or would you just scrap it and go for a new one?
I would probably rectify it. I would probably just rectify it from there. I would take bits and pieces of how to manage the fuel and really just work my way into it and just keep practicing on how to definitely manage the fuel and definitely have enough fuel left so that way I'll be able to manage and hopefully win next time.
So how was the tires for you?
Tire wear was very, how do I say, wasn't as manageable. I was really eating up the tires pretty bad because I was doing my best to try to catch up, especially when you're putting in those consistent fast lap times. It's very, very crucial on how you really have to manage your tire wear and definitely make your way up to the top.
Thank you. That was the GT Academy 2015 National Finals. Okay, now let's talk to the winner, Chad Baseball. How was your race for you? Wait, is he even in here?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was a great post-race interview.
Okay.
No, I
Okay,
want
let's
I want
talk-
Will to interview me.
Okay, so how was your race? How was your race, Dan?
It was difficult.
How
Wasn't
did
easy.
you think of you battling Chad like that? It must have been exhausting.
I mean, it wasn't exhausting, it was more mental, because I would get a run on him on most parts of the track, and I'd have to give it to him, because there was no way I would make it too wide going through some of these turns. So I saved my push to passes till later in the race, so I could use them towards the end, and unfortunately I wasn't able to use them, because I got hit off the track on that final turn, but it was still one of the greatest races I think I've ever had on this, and it was great.
So, Dan, so how did you think of your strategy? Like, was it good compared to Chad? Do you think if you wouldn't have had that accident late in the race, do you think you would have had a chance to win?
I mean, I can't say I had a chance to win, but I had pushed passes left and he didn't, so I was planning on using one when I got to the line.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask the same question as I asked GTR. How was the tires?
The tires for me, I ran a soft strategy. I think I pitted 3 times.
Okay. That was
So,
very unsavory strategy.
They lasted. Yeah, they were great the entire race. There was a point in my middle stint, I think my second stint, I ran. I could feel them falling off about halfway through the stint, and I had to pit. So I pitted when Chad pitted. So that saved me him pitting.
Okay. So, did you think that you would have enough fuel to make it?
I had enough fuel to make it. I mean, I had doubts towards the end, but I knew I was
So,
probably gonna make it.
so out of 1 out of 10, what would you rate your race?
Definitely a 10. I made smart decisions throughout the entire race, and I wouldn't have changed anything, even that final pass that got me pushed into the wall.
Okay. Let's talk to our third place finisher. Thank you very much, Dan. Dark? How would you rate your race? I mean, I know you had that big crash, but you know, like, would you change anything? Like, are you glad that you made that comeback? So how would you, how would you react? How did you react to like Will's crash? You know, his crash really helped you out. You know, and he really messed up himself. You know, he really dropped out of points. You know, he had a solid third place, and he just listened to it. Yeah, like, was that, like, what was your expectation going into this race? Cause you're a rookie right now, so you had a pretty good race. Yeah.
Ooh.
So, I mean, you had bad luck, but I mean, you made a huge comeback. I mean, you came from the back of the field to third place. I mean, you passed the leaders on pace. Yeah, I mean, so, okay, let's talk to our race manager, Wavy Striker. Considering he missed half of the race, how did you judge that end? You know, how did you feel about that end?
I really, what it felt like was a lot of those moves, considering how hard they race, and the moves that Chad and Dan do, it felt like even more of a video game than it already has become. Cause the moves were so surreal that you would not know what could happen next. And the final corners, I was rooting for Dan, and then I just saw him get taken off the track. I know it wasn't on purpose, but that was a really disappointing thing to see. It was a racing incident, they happen, but I'm pretty sure for him, he did have a fun time, but if that was me, I would be heartbroken. Because someone just took something away from me, and how I am, just how I am, and how he is a huge difference. Such a big difference that you could, like, his attitude is so forgiving that you could never, you would not say no to apologizing. You would always apologize to him with his gentle
What is going on?
attitude.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's talk to
Okay,
our...
I'm gonna end the video now.
Okay. Wait,
Thanks
you gotta
everyone for
interview me
watching the
before-
race.
Wait, Dan, you gotta interview me first. You gotta
Oh,
interview me.
You still gotta interview me too. I mean, I still have a couple. I still have a lot of things to say.
I know, but I mean, I didn't get a chance yet, so someone gotta interview me, you know?
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
I think this video is extending
Don't end it
past...
yet. Don't end it yet.
Okay. I mean, we only got a certain amount of time to do our coverage, but continue.
Alright, okay, continue.
We spent like 20 minutes on this stupid interview thing.
Okay, so who's gonna interview me?
I will.
I really want to end
Alright.
this live stream.
Let's go.
Well, how did you feel throughout the race? The start and how it just got taken away from you in the span of seconds.
I mean, I had a great race, you know. I was like at the beginning, you know, I was like holding up the leaders because I knew I didn't have the pace to win today, but you know, I knew I had enough pace to stay with you guys, to stay with me. And essentially, I tried to hold them up. I made a little mistake, and then they were gone. So I tried to stay there, and then I made another mistake, and they were gone. I mean, it was a pretty fun race, but I mean, I just cost myself. You know, I had a huge wreck on the third to last lap, and it just dropped me down. I mean, I had a solid third position, then it just got taken away from me. I mean, it was a great race, you know. I was kind of lonely, but you know, I rather have, you know, solid, you know, a solid run than, you know, have it taken away.
Then just take it away.
Yeah. But you know, all in all,
We
you
have
know,
the
it was
photo
a great
bomber.
race. I'm disappointed in how I finished. However, I know what to do next time with, you know, how not to push, you know, because I pushed too hard, you know. It is my fault. I mean, I was all alone. I was trying to catch up to GTR, you know.
Yeah, because when you like when the laps are winding down, you just like get more adrenaline and you feel like you need more aggression on the driver in front of you and behind you.
Yeah, like on the like when I made that last pit stop, I was just gone. You know, I was making some fast laps. You know, I think I made probably my fastest lap of the race, the lap before I crashed. You know, I was going hard on the car. You know, I was trying to push so hard, and then I pushed a little bit too hard on a corner I didn't have very much confidence in, and then I just snapped, and then it just went right into the wall. Oh no, it was pretty good.
Okay, guys,
Thank you.
can I end this live stream now?
Okay, so that's
Thanks
all the time we
everyone.
have for the interview.
Thanks everyone for watching this race. If you've stayed through the entire video, which will be uploaded on YouTube, thanks for watching it all. And join us in not next week, but the week after that for round 4 adds older. Thanks everyone for watching.